Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and today I'm coming to you with a puzzle from the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack. And I'm kind of doing this for a couple of reasons. First, yes, I'm bringing you a puzzle from a pack I'm currently accepting answer submissions from in order to enter into what I hope will be a prize draw, even though I have yet to figure out what the prize will be. And that may seem odd, but the reason I'm doing that is I think people have kind of forgotten that there is a prize for this because I put all of the details rather than in all of my daily videos in an introduction video, and most people are not going and looking at that. So I just wanted to highlight first the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack, which I will throw a link to, and there's always links below while it's running. If you enter solution codes, which are row 3 of each of the puzzles, and it doesn't have to be all of them, you can submit as many of the puzzles as you wish. For every puzzle that you submit an answer to, you get an entry into a running for a prize. And if you submit any answers at all, you will get a call out when the pack is over, and I will do either a list of people who submitted answers or in my monthly showcase, or I'll come up with something. So it is worth potentially doing that, or just solve the puzzles. It's all about the puzzles. The second thing is there is a puzzle right at the end of the pack that I'm not sure should have made it in. It has defeated all but one person, and that person says they kind of needed to just play around and figure out what broke and what didn't, almost bifurcating. We did test it and come up with a logical solution, but none of us can remember exactly what it was, and I was an idiot and didn't write it down. It does have my name on it. I am fully responsible for this. So the puzzle amphitheater at the end of the pack, if you cannot solve that, do not consider it to be a failure. That puzzle is absolutely brutal, and none of us can remember the logical solve path. It was a puzzle I discovered through experiment. I was playing with just ideas, and I went, I don't think this is, I'm not sure what this is. And the testers played with it and said, actually, there is something here. And none of us can remember what it was. It was in the middle of one of those marathon testing sessions that we do. And yeah, we're sorry. Possibly should never have made it into the pack. That's completely on me. I am currently dealing with a lot of illness, and I've been really sick, and I've also been trying to record in advance, which I do, for a holiday that's coming up. So it is quite possible there'll be some gaps coming up in my videos. I'm doing the best I can. Sorry if there is days where there's just no video. Don't panic. I should hopefully be back. It's just I have not had the opportunity to get everything lined up. Finally, and this is related to the pack, Sven's SudokuPad, which is the app that I use to solve on every video so far, has done an update. And in order to develop the update, Sven was actually using the Polarizing Sudoku Puzzle Pack. And in order to access this update, what you do need to do is click on the little hamburger menu in the top left corner and choose Open in Test version, which I've already done. But what it means is if you've got a grid like this one, where, pardon me for a second, if you've got a grid like this one, where you've got things like these odd even cells, or something where there is a identical constraint or an identical element in the grid, if you double click on it, it will select all of them. So if you are solving any of the odd even puzzles from Polarizing Sudoku, and you move to the test version of SudokuPad by, as I said, you go to the hamburger menu and it'll be open on test.crackingthecryptic.com, then you will be able to just select all of the odd even cells if you're doing highlighting just by double clicking on them. So that is something that is worth remembering if you're wanting to move forward with the pack and don't want to just select them all individually. I thought I would show off that before I got to the puzzle. That's a really long intro. Let's get to the puzzle. Power Core by Sotek. So, on this puzzle, yeah, we have the odd even constraint. Well, normal Sudoku rules apply. In every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Odd even. Digits in these squares must be even. Digits in these circles must be odd. And then we've got thermos. These were done in this blue by me when I cosmetically said it, because it's a power core and it kind of reminded me of power cores from starships. Um, So the way thermos work is digits must strictly increase along the thermos. So that digit will be higher than that digit will be higher than that digit. So as long as the digits increase from the bulb up towards the tip, we are good. They don't have to be sequential, they just need to rise. That's how it works. Let's give this a shot. Well, it is an odd even puzzle. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of the evens and all of the odds and take advantage of the new functions. Now, what do we have? These aren't long thermos, but they do have restrictions on them. Because that can't be a 9. So I'm actually going to pencil mark this. That's a maximum of 8, so 7, 6, 5, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this one is similarly restricted, but that can be 9, but that has also a maximum of 7. So this could be a 9, but this can't be an 8. So this has maximum 7, maximum 6, maximum 5, and maximum 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that one is way less restricted. But what I haven't put in here is an 8 or a 9. So 8 and 9 must go in there. So these are from 2, 4, and 6. That one can't be 2 because it's way too far along a thermo. Those aren't 5 and 7. Those aren't 4 and 6. Those aren't 2 and 4. That's not 9. Now, 5 or 7. There's no 1 in there either. So this is 189. This is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sextuple. These are 1, 8, and 9. And the only even digit in that is you get an 8 in the middle almost immediately. So this is a 1, 9 pair. Which means that's not a 9 or an 8. So that has a maximum of 7. So that has a maximum of 6. Seven, 6. So these are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But, hmm. Hmm. It's not a 5 anymore. Now this is maximum of 6 as well. And that's another one of these which is going to force these down. So the maximum you can have in these is 4. But one of them has to be lower than that, of course. And these are the same. These have to... This is horrible pencil marking, I feel. But one of these has to be lower. But only... 7, 8, and 9 have to go in those. So one of those has to be 7, 8, or 9. But, well, it can't be 9. So 9 is in one of those two cells. But, okay. Similarly, 9 is in one of those 3 cells. Again, okay. Okay, these are both odd. Start remembering your colouring. Which means I've only got one more odd digit in this box. Can this go 2, 4, 6, 8? No. Maybe it could. If this went 2, 4, 6, like, could these all be even? 2, 4, 6, 8 would make these, would make that an 8, would make that an 8. Yeah, I'm not seeing why not. This is not a 3 anymore. This is only 3, 4, 5 or 3, 4, 5 or 6 because the minimum I can put in those is 1 and 2. And if I put 1, 2, hang on, if I put 1, 2 in those, these become 3, 4, 4, 5, and both of those would have to be 6. These can't be. Hang on. These are interacting with each other. If these are 1, 2 to make this 3, these are 3, 4. So all of these now have to be higher than, and that's not going to work. I need to put a 3 in here, which means one of the, I need to put a 2. Where's 2 in this box? That's a 2. That's a 1. The only place I can put 3 in this box is in one of those 2 now. But that takes 1 out of those, which means the minimum here is 2, 3, which means this could be a 4. Now, this is not 2 anymore. This is not 2 anymore. Let's colour the even odd, because it is an even odd puzzle, even if I'm not using it at this point. Now, this is 4, 6, or 8. Why not? I'm sure lots of the comments will know why not, but I don't. Pushed that up, but so these are definitely interacting with each other. Are they still interacting with each other? So if these are 2, 3, this becomes 4, 5, then this could go 6, 7, 3, 4, and that would now work. So if this is 2, 3, I've used up the fourth even. If this is 3, 4, can this be 3, 5, I think is the question. And if this is 3, 5, so there is an even in one of those 3 cells. Because if this is 2, 3, there's an even in one of those 2 cells. If it's 3, 4, there's an even in one of those 2 cells. The only way there's no even in one of these 2 cells, which would be the fourth even in the box, is if this is 3, 5. And if this is 3, 5, this is 6, 7. And that so one of those three has to be even. So all of those are odd, which in itself is quite odd. And that can be only 5 or 7. So is that the only... No, 6 can go in one of those two. So this is 4 now. And if that's 4, that's 3, that's 2, that's 1. And that's got to be huge. Because that's now 1. This is 5 or 7. This is not 2 anymore. So one of these has... That's pushed these up to be a minimum of 3, 4. So that's not 4. One, 3. These are 6 and 8 because of numbers of odds and evens. These are 5, 7, and 9, which means 9 is across the top. I'm going to put 2, 6, 8 in there just so I've not gone completely out of my mind. Well, possibly have. So now if this is 3, 4, 5, hang on, 2. 2, that right there is a 2, which means this is the only place left for a 6. No. Why did I mark 6 in those two? When did I do that? No, that is correct though. Okay, so I'm going back to here. So 6 has to be in one of those 3 cells. Well, where is 6 in this column? 6 is only in those 2. So this is not a 6. That's what was confusing me. So 6 is in one of those 2 cells, but 2 has to be in here as well because of these 2s. So this is a 2, this is a 6, this is a 7, this is the final even. These both have to now be odd, which means, guess what? They're not 4. This is not 3 anymore. This is a 3, 5 pair. So I take 5 out of both of those. That becomes 7. There is no 7 there. This is even because 4 and 6 both meet that criteria. I've got one more even in here. This is 4 or 8, giving me that 4, 8 pair. This is a 4 because of that 2. So that becomes even. This is a 5. This is a 6. This is not a 6 or a 7 anymore because of the Thermo. Because when you crank up a power core, it goes up. Power cores get hotter. This is not a 6 anymore because of what happens when the temperature goes down in a power core. Actually, neither of them are 6s anymore, so that's not a 5 anymore either. In fact, I've got a problem here because that's a 5. So that is a 4, that is a 3, and I could have done that if I was paying more attention. That is a 5, that is a 3, that is not a 5. That 7 makes that the 5, that is not a 5, and I've got a 7, 9 pair across the top, which is resolved. That is an 8, that is a 4, that is a 9, that 6 makes that an 8, and that is 6. And I've done almost all of this central band without barely reaching out from it. Okay, that makes me a little bit worried because all I've really got are these thermos and a couple of cell. Okay, sure. Lots of people have said they've solved this, so surely I can. That is really cool. because it actually feels like a power core as well. Because if you look at power cores on starships in science fiction movies and TV series, they've always got this weird central column that has everything in it, and this is just glorious. That's cool. I don't know if yeah. So this row seems most constricted to me because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, that can't be 9 and that can't be 9 because of the laws of thermo. I won't say dynamics. I just did. So these are 7, 8, and 9, and they're not 9. So that's a 7, 8 pair. That's a 7, 8 pair, which means these are now restricted. 4 has to go over here. So if this is 7, 8, that's not 8. That's 6 or 7. That's not 8. That's 6, 7. I've got a 6, 7 pair, and I can take 6, 7 of those, and they become an 8, 9 pair. What? Now this can't be 1, 2, or 5. So it's 3, 4, or 6. Maybe it's these thermos because the maximum they can have on the tips is 8. Because I do have one even number left over. But then these could be 7 and these could be 6, and I seem to be okay. Although 3, 4, and 6 is all I can put in those bases. And this is less restricted than that because it doesn't see the 1, although it does see a 4. So 1 can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 3, and 6. So this is also a quad. So let's mark the quad. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 4 there. I think I'm not seeing any odd even stuff. So maximum here is 8. Maximum here is 7. The maximum here is 6. Maximum here is 8, 7, and 6. This one looks more restricted because I've already got a 6, 8 here. So this can't be 6 because if the only way this could be 6 is if this was 8, and it can't be because so this is not 6. The maximum here is 4. So this is only 3 or 4. Because if this is 8, if this was 6, 7, 8, that would be broken. So 3, 4, 4, 5, 7, 5, 6, 8. But this one could go 6, 7, 8. No, this one can't go 6, 7. Ah, okay, that can't be 7. Because if that's 7, that's 8, and that's broken. So this can't be 7, and this can't be 7 either, because that would break that. Because if this is 7, this is forced to be 8, and that doesn't work there. So this doesn't have a maximum of 7. This has a maximum of 5. So this has a maximum of 4. So that's a 3, 4 pair in the row. Right. So 3, 4, 4, 5, which is a 4, 5 pair in the row. And now this is 5, 6, 8. And this is a 2, 5, 6, 8 quad. 1, 2. So these are 1 and 3, and I know the order. That's a 3 and that's a 1. Either way, they are both odd. Either way, that is very odd. That is not a 3. That is not a 1. Very odd. That is not a 3. That being a 3 makes that a 4, which makes that a 5, which means that is not a 5. We go even and odd. This makes this 3 and this a 4, which means odd and even. That is even. 6 or 8 is even. And that's all of the evens for a box. In fact, that's a 2, but that's all the evens for the box. So that becomes odd. And these are 1, 7, and 9. There's no 1 there. So 1 is in there. 1 is right there. What is this? I've got to put a 2 in there? Yeah, that's not a 2 anymore. In fact, this is the only place left for a 5. And these are 2, 7, and 9. Those thermos are very cool. They had power. So 2 is in there. So I've only got one more even down here. If this is 6, 8, I've got the even. If this is 6, 7, no, that could still be 9. 6, 7, 9 is possible. That's not 2 anymore. This is 1 or 9. That's a 1, 9 pair in the row because it sees 3, 5, and 7 and must be odd. So these... Well, that's 2, 6, or 8, which is wide open. But I've got to put a 3 and a 5 in here somewhere. It's not that restricted. So this box is quite restricted. So 2 is in there, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is in one of those two, which means that's a 7, that's an 8. So we go odd and even. That makes that 9, which makes that 8, which makes that 7, which makes that 6. So those are even, those are odd. That 8 makes that 6, which makes that 8. That is not 6 or 8, that's 2. That 8 makes that 9, which makes it odd. Takes 9 out of those. They become a 2, 7 pair. So this surely now has to be 6, 8. So that's 6 and that's 8, which means that is even. This is 2, this is 7, so even and odd. This is 9 and this is 7. And now I've got the top band done. This is a 1, this is a 9, this is a 1. There's no 2 there. So what are this quad? 3, 5, 6, and 8. Well, there's no 3 there. There's no 6 there. There's no 6 there. Actually, that's a triple. 2, 6, and 7. Well, there's no 6 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 2 there. I've missed something. I was thinking, did I miss something on a thermo? Yes. If I went 6, 6, I would not be increasing along the thermo, and the power core would have technical problems, and I would need to call engineering. That's a 4. That is not a 4, and therefore that is a 4. Because no one ever wants to call engineering. 4 is in one of those two now, which means that is a 4. So I'm looking at this. 2, 3, 5, and 9. Well, there's no 2, 5 there. There's no 2 there. No 3 there. No 9 there. So that's a 2, 5 pair. So this is a 3, 9 pair across here. Okay. So there's no 5 there. So this is 6. Well, actually, that's a 6. So I take 6 out of there. That 6 is even. So this is known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is odd, which means this is 2, which is even, which means this is 6, this is 7. So that is odd, that is even. This is a triple, which is 1, 5, and 9. That is not 5, that is not 1. That is 5, so that is 9, and that is 1. Either way, they are all odd. There's no 5 in there, so 3, 8 makes that 5, which is odd. This is 3 and 8, and the order is known, 3 and 8. So we have odd and even. 3 makes that 6, which I could have got from the 3, 8 pair. 6 is even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a 9, which is odd. The 5 means that's not a 5. Is this 2, 3, 8? Where does 8 go in this column? It's not in this box. So that is the 8, that is the 3. So even and odd. 3 makes this 5, which makes this 2, which makes this 3, which makes this 5. This 3 makes this 9 and 3, and I'm going to do some final colouring. Even, they are both odd. The final digits I have here are 1 and 2. So that one is going to be the even digit, that one is going to be the odd digit, and I'm going to put in the 2 and the 1, and that solves the puzzle. That is Power Core by Sotek. That was very, very cool. I don't know if I tested this puzzle or not. It's possible I did, but the interaction of these thermos in the middle, just the little constraints caused by that, and then the pressure down here on that caused by all the bulbs being in the same row, was very cool. So all of these, the pressure caused by all of these evens and odds, those ones in particular, on those shapes of thermos, bouncing off the ones at the top and the bottom. Very, very cool. The fact that you can complete this entire middle section, horizontal is band. I can't remember what vertical is often called. Stripe? No, it's not stripe. I can't remember. But the fact that that could almost all be done without touching any of the outside columns is very, very cool. I like puzzles with twists like that. Yeah, fun. Thank you, everyone. Again, I'm sorry about the long intro. Hopefully, I will remember to put a chapter break in, but I think all the information there was important. I hope that you have been working through Polarizing Sudoku and that the really cool feature that has been added to SudokuPad is something that you will use and find worthwhile. Remember to submit your answers. The details are on the intro video and also in the link below, or in the description below, sorry. And yeah, wish me luck with getting enough videos recorded that I can keep it running through all of the holidays and everything. If I don't, as I said, I'm sorry. And again, apologies for amphitheater in the pack. That's completely on me. But if you do want to give it a shot, as some people have found a way through, and if you do find a way through, please let us know. It would be amazing to know. Um, yeah, we've got some ideas. Jump onto the Bremster discussion channel. We know where the break-in is, but we're just trying to find logically how to prove it without it being lots and lots of guess. Well, not guessing, but without sort of saying, well, it can't be this because blah, 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 blah. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching. Sorry about rambling. And as always, good luck with your solving.